I've been meaning to talk about commonplace books for a while now, and I've been researching about them, studying them, and actually, I found lots of interesting things about them, which I want to share. The thing about commonplace books is the fact that they have been around for a long period of time, and I understand that we have lost the art of commonplacing as of now, but it is interesting to go back to that practice and understand that this was such an important and also a very fruitful activity that people used to do. The thing about commonplacing is that one gathers, this is the analogy given by Seneca the Younger in the first century AD, that just like how a bee collects pollen, and one collects knowledge, or quotes from different authors, and turns it into, by imitation, turns it into honey like words in, of course, commonplace books. The thing is, it's so rich that commonplace books are like dense and rich of knowledge, and they are actually for, they have the sole purpose of knowledge gathering, and that's their only functional utility. And like, I get so excited to talk about these things because I am very much interested in doing, like, learning more about these things. Why? One thing that I also found out about commonplace books is that there are lots of examples we have about commonplacing, and Isaac Newton is one of them. Isaac Newton used to have a commonplace book. He used to call it his waste book. And he, you know, invented, or I don't know what's the word is, but he invented calculus in that in that book, in that his waste book. And you can actually find that book. I will link that book in the description. And yeah, so that is the thing. We There are lots of literary examples, there are lots of published examples of commonplace books. So it's very interesting that we have this technology, we have all of these resources to go and find commonplace books. So what's the significance of it? Why commonplace books? Why am I talking about these books? Well, the thing is, as we grew up, we have lost the art of being a student, lost the art of writing things down when we found something interesting. Like, of course, most of the time we are not taught that in school, and another time we are, forced to make things, like forced to learn things. But the thing is, learning only happens when you are given something that you are interested in, and it becomes easy for you when learning is fun, right? Because when you're curious and interested, learning actually becomes very easy for you. So the thing is, whenever we find something interesting, commonplace books here suits that purpose, here fits that role, that whenever we find something interesting, we can write in them, and we can find more stuff about it, or we can add on our own thoughts. But I would say it, then it would not fit into that definition of commonplace books. But that's okay if it's a journal that you want to have, and like still do that activity of common placing, you can do that. And it's this is where common placing as a practice, or not exactly, but you get my point, that it's an activity where you get interested in things that you are interested in, and curious about, because it's very it's what happens when you do that. Well, being interested in something and writing that down and actually learning that thing will make you actually learn those things. And when you do actually learn those things, you will become, you will automatically become an interesting, uh, an educated, more interesting, more educated, more uh, curious of a person, just more of everything. And that is why this is so potent. That is why this is so full of, what do you say, full of life. So yeah, that's what I feel about commonplace books, and that is what I understand about them. That is what I have understood so far. They are nice, and I should, maybe one should keep them. I don't know. But another thing that I want to add is that you can start from anywhere. Actually, you can start commonplacing from any, like you can even start commonplacing, or what I say, this activity is, I call it exploratory research. I will explain this in, I will explain this later. But exploratory research is very similar to commonplacing. However, the thing is, you can start from anywhere. Like, you can start from your current journal or a piece of paper, where whatever you have, just write something down, and write something down which you're interested in. And the next time you see that paper, you will go out and, search about that term or search about that topic, and will learn more about that thing. And who, god knows, like, where you find your direction, where you find your new direction. So that is what, I have uh, with me. That is what I have hope about, that, like, everyone should find what they are passionate about. Everyone should find what their mission in life is, what their purpose in life is, whatever. And that's what my kindest, what do you say, kindest intentions are. Yeah. So that's all I want to say in today's video. Anyways, I'll see you again. Bye bye.